Darth mod Great Britain campaign, and this, my friends, I left it last time, where we have managed to stabilize and start to grow, my friends. We really have started now to grow. The economy now is burgeoning now. It really is starting to start to fire up here, especially considering we are only have Britain. Britain is the only sort of outlet here we have to sort of recoup the money, to gain the money, to sort of really earn that cash we need to sort of really try and put ourselves on the front foot. Remember, we did have quite the setback. There was an absolute one point when we were looking at the absolute precipice. We stood on the precipice, my friends, looking into the abyss. At one point, it was really was at a moment where we could have just lost everything, where Britain could have been lost forever, but we managed to drag ourselves back from the absolute brink. And here we stand today. We have a bank of 23,000. And we have an income of 10,000. As you can see here, the tax income is absolutely fantastic. It could be better, and the town growth could be better as well. And I do heed your calls, my friends. Many of you are saying to me, man, reduce your taxes to get the town growth really burgeoning. So that's what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is we're going to lower the tax here for the nobility. As you can see, the nobility tax is absolutely rocked it up, because I had to do that to really sort of be able to gain ourselves a bank. I wanted to gain a bank here, something we could just fall back on in difficult times in case austerity hits again. We want that sort of gold in the bank we can just fall back on, so we got ourselves a little bit of breathing space. But I'm actually going to lower the taxes here for the upper classes. I wonder if we lower it here. Let's look what town growth that will do to sort of growth. So we've got 12,000 income there, 8,696 here now, so we still got nearly 9,000 coming in even without. Now, if things still go well for us over the years, we will reduce that tax burden upon the population even further. So we'll reduce it down for the lower classes, and then bit by bit we'll lower it down for nobility. I'm not going to do it straight away, but I absolutely heed your calls, my friends. I really do. Your advice in this has been exemplary. It really has, and I definitely will be lowering the taxes. Not at the moment, but I will definitely be heeding your advice and lowering those taxes over the years, just so that wealth of the regions really does start to grow. Now, you're probably thinking to yourselves, where do we go from here, Malin? Where are we going to strike at next? And as you can see, France is absolutely just exploded here in their conquests of Europe. It really has absolutely steamrolled Poland. I think I'm not sure, I can't quite remember if they are at war with Prussia. No, indeed they're not. But the Netherlands, Poland, pirates, of course, Mughal and Ottoman empires. The Mughal Empire is an absolute monster. It really is a behemoth here, my friends, a titan, dare I say, within this campaign. And France really has got its work cut out for it if it wants to sort of take on the Mughal, because they can more than look after themselves. And remember, the Mughal are also allied with Russia. And as you can see, Russia has expanded exponentially here. Look at Russian gains here. They've got almost all of Scandinavia under their control, apart from Copenhagen and Stockholm. We are trying to help the Swedes in our own way, send them technology. Remember, we're doing this sort of under the table, as it were, brown envelopes under the table, sort of moving technology their way without letting the Russians know. We want everything to be done so that we got other nations fighting the wars for us. Remember, we're giving ourselves time to recuperate, to get ourselves to a point where we can actually look after ourselves should a war come our way, but allowing the other nations to absolutely batter each other to pieces, giving us that breathing space, and also that one glimmer. All we need is that one opportunity, that one glimmer, where a nation goes to fight another sort of titan. If two titans clash, you're going to get a loser out of that. You're going to get a nation that's going to really struggle. And if we are on the side of the nation that is winning, that means we can absolutely pounce here and start taking territory for ourselves without any repercussions from other nations, because they know we're allied with a really strong nation. So we're just waiting for opportunity. But my friends, we've got a plan for this episode. We really have. I shall detail that momentarily. We're just going to give a brief rundown here. And as you can see here, Russia's got pretty much all of Scandinavia. I mean, all of the Middle East has pretty much fallen, bar Syria here, under, and also, well, of course, Cairo is under French control. I don't think Russia's going to go after France for anytime soon. So basically, they don't control Syria, and they don't control well, that's pretty much it. That's the only place they haven't got hold of is Syria. And to be honest with you, I think they're going to get that pretty soon. And they are, as you can see here, right up against here. They've taken Persia, Russia, but here stands the Mughal Empire. But they are allied. So you've got two absolute titans here. I mean, real sort of behemoths here. Fight. Whoa. And also Ceylon down here. That would be another nice territory for us to take here. That trade here would be absolutely exceptional for us, but we would be pretty sort of out in the open here with nothing really. We couldn't attack Mughal. We are allied with them, and to be honest, we need them on our side. We need them on our side to keep sort of Russia and the likes in check, and also probably to keep France in check as well. So we're not gonna stretch ourselves too far. But as you can see, we are up against some pretty titanic nations here. Spain is expanded really well here, and also let's not forget the sort of the growth here of, look at France. I mean, France has got all of North America, it's got all of Canada, Spain has got all of South America by its proxy. New Spain has got most of the Caribbean, but here is our plan. We are going to launch an attack on Antigua. We're going to remove the last of the pirates here, and we're going to take the Antigua out here. But consider this. Just suppose for a moment that the Ottoman Empire collapses in its entirety. Look what would fall into rebel hands: Jamaica and the Bahamas. And who would gain from that? We would, my friends. Believe me, if the Ottoman Empire collapses and these fall into rebel hands, we are immediately going to be launching an operation to take Jamaica and the Bahamas in one felled swoop. It then gives us that foothold here within the Caribbean. And remember, even though these are not massive islands, not producing a lot of sort of income for us, if we do this right, who knows what might happen here in South America? Who knows what might happen in North America here? We just never know. We might even be able to go and take the Pueblo nations out here. We may even be able to go here. Look at that. Poland and Lithuania have got New Mexico. Who is to say that not might fall? Bit by bit, we sort of claw our way into this campaign. We claw our way into regions that aren't going to get us into trouble with any of the larger nations, but start going to add and improve and boost our empire, even though it is scattered, even though it is a disparate sort of spread of different regions. Every one of those regions contributes to the greater good for Britain. So it's going to start here with us launching an attack, an invasion, dare I say, of Antigua here. Now we do have a sloop here in Greenwich. So what we're going to do is we're immediately going to bring this sloop here to Portsmouth. Gentlemen, please. Thank you. And we are going to earmark one of these. Now we have a number of generals here. Now I haven't forgotten about doing generals, but I'm just going to wait for another few armies to appear, because at the moment I've got at least 20 generals earmarked for this campaign. So as the campaign progresses, I know I keep saying it, but I will do a separate video. But I'm not a video for like 4 generals isn't really going to do anybody justice. I want to be able to do a video where I could put the entire video just showing the promotions, and I'll also discuss where those generals are going to be. But we're not quite there yet, my friends. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, this is quite an elite army here. I want this to be left in Britain, just in case. We do have this army here in London. And, we've got a few casualties here as well. So we'd have to replenish this army here in London. And also, because we've got a good bank, we can actually start. Oh, look at that army board there. Oh, what a wondrous sight. Lifeguards. We have to start investing a bit here in our military. So we are going to use this army, I beg your pardon, this army here just outside London here, just on the other side of the Thames here. And it's going to be set. We've got 2 cannon here, but it's a really good army to be able to dig in there in Antigua, ready to be able to use as a forward operating base should any of these sort of possibilities, the opportunities arise there in the Caribbean. We're going to do that. So we're going to move the army to here. We're going to board the ship. Now we're going in with no escorts at all, so this is quite a sort of risky move, but sometimes you have to take risks. Sometimes you have to take risks. To America, my friends. To the Americas. Remember, we're not at war, we're at war with Louisiana, but if we can just get in there, and if Louisiana attacks us from there, then so be it. But at least we've got that region locked down there, Antigua. Now we've got a port here growing in the commercial basin here. Look at that. It's going to bring in an additional amount here to our trade income. We've actually got Ireland, which did give us a little bit of trouble to start with. But we do have... Oh, look at that. What a magnificent sight. And we need to really start making sure that all our ports are upgraded here. It is a considerable investment, but we need to invest and bring that trade in. Now where's the next best one here? Oh, that's 600. So I think we'll have Glasgow as our next commercial basin. Again, we're going to invest in here. We're going to repair this army. We're going to bring this army up to full. Whatever it costs, 1016. Is there any more? How's our research doing? No, we've got two. Luckily, we've got two schools here. Research. We've got everything here we can for naval. We've got everything we can for ordnance at the moment, until we build the gunnery school. And again, we've got everything we can here for military, down to army board. We need to make it out. Look at that, lifeguards. That's a wonderful sight. Everything we actually, our research is exemplary here. It really is. I have not realised how well our research has been going. That's because we really have focused on, look at that, we're upgrading it to classical university. And, oh, that modern university, that really is fantastic. That's going to give us classical economics, which really is the absolute apogee here, the pinnacle of sort of wealth creation here. Absolutely wonderful. But at the moment, we're just going to bring them on parity here. We're going to get these two schools on parity. We've got enough armies here. We've got Scotland well defended up here, as you can see. And why are these gentlemen again not repaired and replenished? This really is a very, very strong army here. Many of them, remember, were fighting in the Middle East, in the Ottoman Empire, indeed against Poland and Ottoman Empire for a long time. We managed to evacuate them, managed to get away from that. We've got 16,000 now. We could invest here in this army board. With an ordnance factory here, but really London is going to be... We've got a gunnery school, which is going to give us 12-pounders. But really, we've got 12-pounders in this army anyway. So I think we're going to invest a good chunk of our money here in army board. Start to get the military side of it up and running. We've got 8,000. That'll take us back up to 20,000 here in the bank. And remember, we have to do this, my friends, bit by bit. This is going to be a slow process where we're going to have Britain absolutely bursting at the seams with economical prowess. Our military upgraded, our technologies, the finest we can get, and then we're going to explode out of the blocks here, and we're really going to push ourselves on the world here. But again, bit by bit, we have to do this very carefully, very, very carefully indeed here. We don't want to push anybody over because look at Spain. Spain is just exceptionally strong here. And that army they got in there, we can't quite look what that army is in here, but again, not a fantastic fleet here. And again, we want to get our navy up to a point where we can look after ourselves and guard our shores here. Heavy first rate. Heavy first rate there. I think we might go for one of those as well. Just to keep that cycle of shipbuilding up and running here. We need to get our fleets up here. That's a powerful fleet we've got there. No, we won't get an admiral just yet. But we, bit by bit, my friends. I know it's been a slow sort of process. And also, I almost forgot, we've also been helping the Netherlands here. The Netherlands was nothing. They were gone. But the rebellion within the Netherlands allowed sort of the Dutch to come back. And with our help of technology and of money and of being able to help them, and also with the French being drawn into fighting deeper into Europe, it's allowed the Dutch to stand where they are now. Look at this. They've got a really, really fantastic looking army. Look at that. They've even got the Holland Guard. They've got the Blue Guard as well, which is the Royal Guard. They guard the royal family. Look at this, the Blue Guard. They've got some spectacular, spectacular troops here, the Dutch. And it's only with our help they've been able to do this. But again, because we've been working in the background, in the shadows with the Dutch, allowing them to do this, but no one else knowing we're sending them, helping them here, we've got an alliance with them. If they start to chip away at the French, You never know. We might have an opportunity where we can join the Dutch in crushing France, whilst its main armies are deep within sort of the Middle East, or should I say the Eastern Front. And who knows, we might be able to target Paris, we might be able to target further along, and there we can grow our. Remember, we're doing this sort of, on the backhand here. Diplomatically, we're helping ourselves, but we're keeping ourselves out of the major wars as well. So they're at war with France, but they've got allies in Ottomans, Hanover, and Great Britain. Now, the Hanoverians here are starting to build themselves up quite strong here, as you can see, and they can themselves push into Saxony. They can help. We've been helping the Hanoverians as well. As you can see, allies here. We've been sending them quite a bit of technology. I think we'll send them the coke blast furnace as well, just to help them out. We want the Hanoverians to be strong here with the Dutch, so they can support each other. Anything else we can give the Dutch now? Oh, look at that. We can give them this so they can get the naval college, which means they'll be able to get first-rate ships. So we're going to give them that. So they'll be able to build a college, which means they'll get first-rate ships, which means they'll be able to look after their trade lines here, and maybe even start taking the French. This is how we do it. Bit by bit we chip away here at France and our enemies, but we don't directly engage them. We allow our allies and our friends to do that. That is a monstrous. These fleets they've got are pretty monstrous. That's why we need to start building our fleets up here. This one is a decent fleet, but it's anywhere in comparison to the French or the Spanish, dare I say. And actually, we've gained pretty well actually with both of these here. Not brilliant, but they've sort of left us alone. Only the Ottomans are unfriendly with us, but still we've got trade with them. Right, let's end the turn, my friends, and let's see what happens here. Let's see how things progress. Really delicate fine balancing act. That equilibrium we must find between diplomacy, economy, and military. If we can get rid of the pirates, that will give us a good sort of diplomatic outcome in terms of the rest of the world. It means we rid the world of an enemy that everybody loathes. And of course, France really is on the march. Because of the size of the empire. Oh, look at that. And already they've got 2 ships here. Spain. Where did that Dutch army go? The Ottomans, Russia. Again, Russia is just absolutely... I mean, look at Russia. They control all the Middle East, pretty much, all of Scandinavia, and they would control right into the sort of the Eastern Front. And of course, the Knights of St. John are actually protectorates of Prussia, which I did check just before I started recording. So I know that I had an excellent suggestion of, I should attack the St. Knights of St. John, but I would be at war with Prussia then, and Prussia have got some powerful allies. So again, we have to be very careful what we're doing here. Oh, look at that. So Oxford, Cambridge now. Once we get this, look at the trade, look at the growth here. Absolutely wonderful. And we're going to get this as well, separation of powers. Plus 2 of the middle classes. We'll, it's going to give us a boost here. We're trying to get our technology up. We do need some of these research to open up other sort of buildings, other technology. Yes, where are you, good sir? There you are. Okay. It's going to be quite the journey here. It's a real risk. Oh, look at that. Surrender refused. We've got a lot of buccaneers. Pirate mob. And they've got 8-inch mortars. But we're ready. We stand ready, my friends. We're going to continue the siege. And we're going to bring these pirates under control here. And we're going to rid this world of the pirate. Look at that. High yield sugar plantation. 26 loaves. What is sugar going for? Sugar is 20. Not the best. It's probably the weakest of all. Look at that tea. India must be absolutely getting so much money from this. And from the tobacco as well. But sugar is actually the lowest, but doesn't matter. Every bit will help here. And we can definitely turn this around here at some point. Whoa. Resistance to foreign occupation, 12. That's fine. We could turn this around. The tax rate is 44%. But we will be turning this around. Infrastructure is what? Just cobbled roads. Well, they've got a royal palace though. That'll help with repression. Tax bonus is pretty good. So this island here will be the staging point for a possible attack if the Ottoman Empire collapses. Now, how are the Ottomans doing? Have they lost Syria? No. Are they still at war? No, they're not with Russia. So actually they're allied with Russia. So in fact, they won't be disappearing anytime soon. Who are they enemies with? France. So France and Poland will probably get rid of them. France is going to be cutting into Polish and Ottoman territory very soon. So we have to be patient. Very patient, my friends. Discipline. Got 18,000. We're coming. No, 9,020 here. Brilliant. That army upkeep is growing, but 3 more turns. How is Glasgow? 3 more turns in Glasgow. Now Newcastle, that's going to give us 400. Liverpool is going to give us 400 as well. So there's no difference in here at all. But I think we'll have Newcastle. Wait a minute, what about Belfast? Same with Belfast. So Ireland is growing quite well. And also, I think what we'll do, we'll invest in Belfast here to push that trade. Somerset House. The absolute apogee here. Gunnery school, which we're probably going to need. That's 3,000. We'll just wait, let our bank build up, just in case something comes along. As you can see here, look at that being raided there. That's not going to help at all, is it? Who's raiding now? Sweden's been completely cut off. I don't know how long Sweden... Oh, whoa, they've lost Stockholm. Sweden have lost Stockholm. Oh, wow, that is huge. Absolutely huge. Wow. They've just got Copenhagen left. I don't think we can help them out, to be honest with you. I think they've got all the technology. Yep, they've got everything. We can't help them out at all. One more turn and we get separation of powers. Now, how are the Dutch doing here? Oh yeah, they've grown these armies. These armies have started to expand quite nicely here. Did they manage to get themselves... Wow. Somewhere out there, the Dutch have got a fleet, but I'm not sure where it is. But if they were to take Brussels, who knows where that might lead. And I believe that Paris is wide open here. But do we have an agent? Where are our agents? East Prussia. So he is here, keeping an eye on what's going on here. So I think what we will do is we'll just... Oh, no, actually we're keeping an eye on what's going on, the fighting here. Oh, look at that French force. They've sent so many forces east. I mean, a lot of the force... Oh, look at that. It's a military crackdown in progress at the moment in Poland. But that's a ferocious army there. That's what we're up against. Right. What else we can do, my friends? We're doing this very slowly. We're taking our time here, building everything up. But I think we'll invest in another ship as well next turn. Let's end the turn and let's see what happens here. France. Again, they really are steamrolling through everything, but not necessarily. It may hit eventually a buffer. They may hit someone they come up against who's not going to move out of their way. that will be the day that we might be able to pounce. That in provinces. What are they going to do? Look, they've got a ship here. Poland. Ottoman Empire. Russia. Is Russia going to finish Sweden off? I would not be surprised at all. No, they haven't finished them off yet. We can't help Sweden directly. We just cannot help Sweden directly. We must stay out of the war they've got with Russia. Separation of powers. Yes, the commercial basin has finished. Wonderful. Oh, just dropped. That has dropped there. Tax income has dropped. Ah, Prussia's been hit. So the reason is... Actually, that's gone up, but that's dropped. The trade income has dropped because Prussia is being blockaded by the looks of it. So this quote. Oh dear. -3. Yes, there it is. That is a wonderful sight to see. This, the Effingham, will be moving into here. Bristol. Continue growing this fleet here. Now Prussia must have been hit somewhere. Here, ah, there it is there. Genoa has hit Prussia, which is not good. And that French army's gone somewhere, but where has it gone? Oh, they've added more to this. That is such a phenomenal army they've got there. I hope the Netherlands can do what it needs to do. 6th rate, not the best ship. But who knows? No, we can invest. Oh, we can get the Brunswick Dragoons. But also, as you can see here, my friends, we can also get Royal Highlanders. We're not going to get them yet, because they do have quite the cost of the upkeep here. 265. Watching our money, watching what we're spending here. So I think what we will do is we'll invest. Again, I think we'll have Liverpool here. We'll invest in Liverpool. Bit by bit, we're just getting the nation up to where it belongs. Remember, getting as much as we can out of every single area. And eventually then what we'll do is we'll start pushing then towards the military side. I would want to get Somerset House, but that's a massive investment. But we'll go for Gunnery School next. That'll open the pathway to Ordnance, which is going to give us the 24 pounders, which are going to be vital in any battles. Army Board, which we've almost got here, is going to give us Lifeguards and Coldstream Guards. And then ultimately Army Staff College, which really does open up the look at that, Guards. Wonderful to see. Coldstream Guard, look at that Republican Guard. Horse Guard. Oh, it's a magnificent sight. Oh, Green Jackets. Oh, Hessian Grenadiers as well. Fantastic. But that is in the future. We're starting that slow build up here. Oh, look at that. As soon as we get a steam engine. When can we get a steam engine? Now, steam engine isn't going to come yet until we've got Wealth of Nations, which is going to give us machine tools. And Wealth of Nations is 5 turns off. Free trade doctrine, look at that. It's a huge boost there to income from trade. Okay, let's end the turn. Let's just see what happens here. Wonder when the Dutch are going to strike against the French. That would be a really interesting battle to watch. And indeed, the Hanoverians. Spain. Very strong Spain. Very strong indeed. Poland. I don't think we can say anything to Poland, can we? Can we help Poland anyway? Just thinking France. We want to try and keep France in check. but not do it ourselves. We're going to let others do that work for us. Russia is just stupendously strong. Sweden is still hanging on in there. Hanover is still about. That's excellent to see. Oh, ho, 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 ho. We take the fight, my friends. We take the fight. They've got these damn 8-inch mortars, which are an absolute menace. So that means us hanging right back here. But we've got some exceptional troops here. We've got the mobility. We've got 2 cavalry regiments for that mobility. We're going to go and hunting down these 8-inch mortars. Let's begin the fight, my friends. The fight of Antigua. The first battle we've had away from Britain for a number of years. So we're going to try and take this one nice and steady here. Trying to do what we can here. This is going to give us that forward operating base here within the Caribbean. The potential here for future expansion in America and in the Caribbean. If things go our way, if the Ottoman Empire collapses, who knows? Who knows what might come our way? We've got to be the masters of our own destiny here. Let's see how the deployment gods give us here. What they give us. Oh, of course, look at the trees here. Wonderful. We can actually use this to our advantage, but we can pull right back. Where are they? I think we're going to pull right back to here, and using the tree line here as an effective barrier. Oh, look at that. We can even dig in. Even better. Now, we'll pull our limber. We're not going to put them into sort of sandbagging them. They lose their flexibility to be able to alternate their fire. Look at that, what a wonderful sight. Britain's first foray onto foreign fields for a long time. Good grief, that is a lot. That was 2 lots there, that's why. Right, the general, pull back, as always, my friends, to here. That is look at that, what a wonderful sight. It looks like it's midday, possibly. We've got that hazy sunshine of the Caribbean beaming down upon us. And we've got this cavalry here, which we're going to put just out here. They're going to hunt down that artillery, but it's probably going to be within the city here, which does pose its own problems. Now, the linchpin of the defence is going to be Grenadiers. 5th Grenadier Regiment. Look at that. Trenches. Dug in there. Oh, look at that. 18th Regiment, they really are veterans of many a battle, as you can tell from their experience. Now we've got the 31st, which we'll put on the left here. Again, another veteran of many a fight. Thank you, gentlemen. 7th Regiment, wonderful to see here. Still fighting for king and country, even on foreign soil. Look at that. Oh, the temperature's hot in the Caribbean here, you can tell. 41st, I think we'll have them on the right here. I'm not sure we're going to need all of these troops, to be honest with you. But I want that line to stretch. 8th Regiment, is that already in situ? No. No, it's not. Gentlemen, please. Thank you. That's a wonderful looking line here. Now we think we'll hold back some of these gentlemen here. But still under the auspices of fighting, if needs be. Again, we want to try and preserve as many of the troops as we can without them having to fight. We can, of course, pull them back, since the demarcation line is actually back here, so that gives us still a bit of distance. But I think we've got enough here. And we're just going to make sure we've got enough. We'll put the 22nd here on the extreme left. And indeed, we'll have the 40th Regiment here on the right, just to cover. Just here, we'll deploy properly once the deployment is ended here. We'll actually pull this regiment into the middle. We're going to pull these back as soon as things... Wait a minute. We've got 2 more regiments here. We've actually got an absolute burgeoning regiment count here within the field. Plenty enough to take care of these. But we want to do so in an efficient way. Let's end the deployment, my friends. Let's do this. I'm going to send them out right out onto the extreme flank here. I'm going to pull these regiments back out of harm's way. Thank you, gentlemen. They can be put into situ as oh my god, look at that. They have just taken an absolute pounding. That's been almost decimated here. Going to take a lot of pressure on this flank here. So I think what we will do is we'll pull another regiment into here. Double time, gentlemen, double time. Good grief, this regiment has been absolutely blitzkrieged. That's those damn mortars. They're going to absolutely destroy this front line if we're not careful. Okay, they've been protected here somewhat. Oh, well done, gentlemen, well done. Oh, they just destroyed that building here. This regiment here is taking an absolute pounding here. Hold, gentlemen, hold on. Oh, this is not a Sunday jaunt, gentlemen. They may crack. We're going to have to pull a regiment up, I think, here. 26 ready to take over. Let's start to hit these gentlemen here as well now. Hold, lads, hold. That's why I loathe mortars. They're an absolute menace. I should have pulled. Double time, gentlemen. Try fire into them, lads. They're shattered. I think we'll take care of the Buccaneers. Let's pull these two this regiment here, just in case. Gentlemen, please, let's have some discipline here. Let's take care of these fiends here. Bring them down. Hold the line. Oh, that's a wonderful sight to see. Don't just trot along, gentlemen, please. Oh, that's... Oh, what a shot. My compliments to the chef. Let's shatter these fiends here. That's what you do, so you don't give them any time to reform. That's right, show them who's in charge here. Clear this flank. Come on, gentlemen, don't just stop now. Keep pushing. It would appear that they tried hand to hand, but the grenadiers stood firm. Back in line, please, gentlemen. That's a joyous, joyous thing to see. Right. Let's redirect our fire. Just stand there, lads. The Grenadiers' absolute linchpin here of our defence. They're shattered. They're shattered as well. Let's get down here, lads, please. Take care of the first Lightfoot pirate mob. Leave no one alive. They've actually come back. We're going to wait for them to break. Oh, looks like they're steady. Let's get in there then, gentlemen. Let's break them. I think they can break the Great Britain. I think not, sir. Ceasefire. Ceasefire, gentlemen. Break them. Break them. The cavalry's performed exemplary. They're shattered. Prepare yourselves to meet the Firelock and the first light mob. First Lightfoot pirate mob. As we rid ourselves, we rid the Caribbean of the pirate scourge once and for all. They have fought with vigour and with bravery. I think we can hold the guns to silence now. Into them, lads, into them. We've lost a good portion of these, but they have performed with distinction. I say, lads, into them. Get into them. Through the trees, through this forest, this mangrove forest here. Into them, lads. The undergrowth. Finish them off. Leave no man alive. Let the citizens know if they go against Britain, they go against the king. Oh, beautiful sight. Heroic victory. What a fantastic victory, my friends. Short and sweet. We lost a few casualties. Those mortars did far, far too many casualties here for us. That's why we had to have the cavalry to be able to manoeuvre around there. But they've got 311 men left. And we lost 311. They lost 2,000. They got 436 men left. Have we taken their commercial basin? Excellent. Yes. Under British control. Let's repair that and let's get... Oh, look at that. A shipyard. I think we can Now, do we need a shipyard here? Within the Caribbean? I wonder. Trading port. What if a shipyard would be more useful here within the Caribbean for us? I think it probably would be, actually. Let's repair that. Oh, look at that. We can upgrade this sugar plantation here as well. A little bit of investment here will do us no end of good here. Let's invest in the metal roads as well. Pirates destroyed. Plus 2 morale. Oh no. Oh, look at the treasury. It's absolutely rubbish. Oh, we need that is a really, really poor rip. That's going to do some damage to us. In terms of our income, we need a better minister. If we were an absolute monarchy, it would be fantastic. But we're going to remove this gentleman. Oh, that's more like it. Look at that. Gregory Natwick. Welcome aboard, sir. Welcome to the government. Our trade income has gone up very nice. Our tax income has gone up very nicely there. And also we need to 1,534 worth every penny. Oh, he died. But he was a faithful servant to the crown. And he shall be lamented for his loss. 12-pounders. Colonial infantry as well. We've actually got a pretty good ability to build more armies here. And also we've got a shipyard here as well, which we can increase all the way up to naval hospital if possible, which would give us quite a decent combat group within Antigua here. Almost a full army there. Yep, Casimir. That's a fantastic looking army. What they have here, the naval, 4th rate. Can we send them anywhere else to help them? I believe we can. I wonder if they would give us 1,000 for it. Yes. Thank you, good sir. National debt. Actually, we'll go for national debt. Rights of man. I think we'll go for national debt. Oh yes, that's going to provide much more for us. To reduce the upkeep of naval and army units. Again, squeezing every ounce out of here. I think we'd invest in another ship. Have we got the victory? I think we have. Go for that one first rate there. We've got 8584. That'll take us up to 20,000 again. That's almost going to be 14,000 on income here. 3 more turns. 1 more turn, that'll give us a huge boost there. 2 more turns here. 1 more turn there. Infrastructure is good. Let's end the turn, my friends, and see what happens here. France. The problem is they've not done anything yet. Prussia. Poland. Poland can do a hit back against France. Russia. Local Empire. Hanover. I wonder if we can send Hanover some more technology to help them as well. Ooh, workers on strike. But it's under control. Excellent. Excellent, sir. Now a dockyard. That's going to give us the ability to build some ships here to increase our naval strength here in the Caribbean. I definitely think we need to do 86. Oh, look at that. That's jumped massively there. 14,522. Wow. Oh, goodness me. We have lost a good amount of income there from trade. Now the Mughal have both French and Dutch Guyana here. That's a lot of they've got coming in there. 8,600 there coming in. Oh, that's nice. That's almost done here. That's, oh, that is done. I think we'll have Newcastle as our next investment. Oh, they were hit there, weren't they? Right. Let's see if we can. Got no more technology to offer them at all. But look what they've got. That army there. That's a full army they've got there. And another full stack army. That's a pretty formidable fighting group they've got there. About Hanover. Enemies of France. Can't give them any technology at all. They've got it all. That is fortified. And what's the navy like? Not brilliant. The French haven't really pushed in any further at all. In fact, they seem to have stopped. Are they still at war with? Yeah, they are. I think this will be the last turn then, my friends. This particular episode. Oh, I can't get that yet. 3 more turns, right. Let's end the turn and let's see what happens. What will the Dutch do? France. I wonder when that Ottoman Empire will collapse. That'd be a glorious day. Because then we can pounce. Prussia. Russia. Sweden's about. Afghan, nothing. Wonderful. Still pushing up that there. And actually, no, they're still being hit. Still being hit here. Sweden, it promises, and they haven't repaired this at all. Why aren't you repairing that? Oh, look at that. We've got some exceptional, apart from that gentleman there, whom in America, oh, mind you, America isn't really of much of a importance to us just yet. Oh, excellent. Just adding to the fleet here. Keep it. Oh, we actually got too many ships by the looks of it. So what we'll do is we'll send this gentleman up to Glasgow, where he can start guarding Glasgow. Now I think we've got all the trade routes have or are about to be upgraded fully. Yes, they have. Ireland is done there. Belfast has been completed. Bristol is completed. Greenwich is completed. We've just got now Newcastle to wait for, and also Liverpool. That will keep our trade income up even when those trade ports have been hit by the other nations. Everybody is happy. That clamour for reform is under control. Now I think we can invest in a gunnery school here in London. I think we need to start getting our military assets in place. So we're going to do that. Still at war with Louisiana and the Cherokees, which is fine. That's going to be 15,000 soon, a tax income, which would be absolutely fantastic. How are the Leeward Islands here? Fully under control now. Look at that, we can even get 12 pounders. The army is ready to go. This is almost ready as well, so we're going to have a lot of sugar coming out of here. As we make that a trading port. Or do we need this really as a military base? I think we're going to use this as a military base, to be honest with you. Any other trade we're going to get, we'll use from Jamaica and the Bahamas when we need it. Are the Ottomans still unfriendly with us? They are indeed. How is Sweden faring? It's under a lot of pressure, but they've managed to stabilise. For now, they've managed to stabilise. But they're being hit. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that Russian fleet. That is quite scary. The Hanoverians, no, they're not doing too well either, are they? Can we send Sweden any help at all? I don't believe we can. No, they've actually got more technology than us. 2 more turns here, 5 more there. And actually we can get now a light infantry doctrine. It's going to give us Queen's Rangers, but not just yet. We're going to wait until these 2 are finished. They're probably the 2 most important in terms of philosophy for our money. And then we're going to focus back. We're going to get machine tools, because that's going to give us the ability to have -10 recruitment for all land units and +8 bonus from all buildings, which is fantastic. And that's going to lead down to steam engine, which is going to give us steam engine factory. Look at that, look at the boost there. Remember, my friends, it's a slow process we're undertaking here, but we're just biding our time. Hopefully, oh they haven't repaired it. Hopefully the Dutch will get their act together and start attacking France. We've certainly done enough for them to be able to, for that to happen. They could probably take Paris out, to be honest with you. How's the war going here? Well, French seem to have pulled back. And that army's been decimated there. They sent an army somewhere, but that's been absolutely smashed to pieces. Actually, Poland still holds quite a good chunk. And that there, that's a formidable army they've got here in Istanbul. They can, yeah, they can produce some real armies from here. And indeed they are. And they've also got Athens as well, so they're not they're not slouching by any means. Now the French, excuse my former friends, the French have sent forces down to here, into Split. A lot of cavalry, highly mobile, but it doesn't look like it's affecting the Polish too much. But my friends, we're going to end this episode here. I think that's a pretty successful episode considering where we are at the moment, or where we were indeed. And we're starting to expand slowly. We're going to be looking for other opportunities as well. And if it does arise, if the Dutch attack France, who knows? But we've got to be careful. The French do have some formidable fleets here. They would just absolutely crush our income via trade in one fell swoop. So ideally we want to try and get our navies up to a decent specification as well, but within budget restraints. The armour upkeep is, the navy upkeep is still pretty low. If we can get some additional technology that drives that down even lower, that would be fantastic, which means we can probably have a navy that would actually be of full stack first rates, and that really would give us a tremendous boost. It really would. I believe we've got Victory in here somewhere. There she is, HMS Victory. Oh, that's fantastic. What a ship that is. We've got a smattering here of sort of second rate and first rates, but ideally we want one sort of fleet that's going to be full first rates to be able to deal with anything coming our way. Because I think Spain has got some. No, Spain doesn't actually have a decent fleet there at all. It's only the French I'm really concerned about. So we're going to probably start investing back into. Actually, we'll get another, before we end this episode, we'll actually get another heavy first rate, 635 firepower. We'll be back up to 20,000 next turn as well, so that'd be great. But my friends, I'm going to end this here. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please comment, like and subscribe. Please keep your comments coming down below, my friends. It's been absolutely fantastic, really have. We've expanded finally here away from Britain, our first sort of expansion away from Britain here in the Caribbean. We're going to make this sort of a more of a military sort of base, a forward operating base here for any operations within sort of the Caribbean, especially if anything here opens up. You never know what might come in the future. You just never know, my friends. But if we're prepared, if we're ready for it, then by my words, we can really strike pretty hard. You look at that. The French have even taken New Orleans. We might even try and go for the Pueblo nations here and try and get ourselves a foothold within sort of North America here in Texas. And again, that would put us in a pretty nice position here if anything happens with New Spain. Who knows? But my friends, I'm going to end this here. I hope you're having a good week thus far. I hope please be safe whatever you're doing. And until next time, my friends, I can promise you, we're going to still continue that building up there within Britain, keeping our research going, and eventually we're going to build ourselves to a point where we're going to be able to absolutely take on anybody. But just that process until we get there, we were really on the edge of almost being out of existence, but we've managed to pull ourselves back. But we're not going to throw that away by being, just being by silly and trying to attack a nation we can't take down. If we attack a nation, we have to be able to sustain the war and destroy that nation. Because there's some pretty strong nations out there, some real titans, but we will prevail, my friends. But hope you've enjoyed it, my friends, and I hope you're doing whatever you're doing. Please be safe and take care whatever you're doing. And until next time, my friends, bye for now.